Ziggity Zig talking his way out of bronze with game number 69, and there's a bit of a split up there. It's sort of a split. Let's see if I won. No, I lost. So apparently his split was a bit better. I'm up against a Zerg by the name of Fatal, which is probably a bad thing. The other thing that I screwed up here was, you see that? You see where that's not quite rallied to anything? So how many did I make? 2. Waiting for my 9. I think I was staring down here. And I put down my pylon, then I went off. Made a third one, still thinking about it. Wondering why I'm not really making enough. Why I don't quite have enough cash for another one. So I finally get up and... when do they get selected? There they go. Okay. Well, that was a bit of a derp. It happens. It happens. Luckily, around here, it's not a big deal. There we are. He's totally winning. Let's have a look there. My average and bad APM. So I decided to clockwise. Here in... Abyssal Caverns? No. Some sort of cavern. So I find him right away. Like, okay. So what will I do now? Let's just have a look around, see? Because sometimes... or usually, as I'm told, the hatchery's in the back. Nope, no hatchery. Or, sorry, the spawning pool. So there's a spawning pool just going up there. I check my... I just had a quick glimpse up at my supply when I was doing that, and found that it was coming in at about 13. So then I was trying to find a place to hide, and every time I found a good place to hide, that's when the Overlord came and found me. So I ran away because I don't like to run back to my base. Just running back to my base makes me feel like I'm leading him back there, which is something I did a few games ago. The other thing is that when I piss around in his base for too long, this is when I notice, oh yeah, here we go, he's found me again, so I can't exactly hide there. So then I just gave up, and I think I came back here to Zelnaga Tower. Or to the Watchtower? Tower. We'll just go with Tower. I seem to be just about staying ahead of the supply cap. Which is nice, because I've been having some real problems with that past 26. I had one game where I did pretty well against it, but I just was not producing enough units. I'm going alright. I seem to be doing... I seem to have more single gas, got more harvesters, that's good. Staying ahead, vaguely. Drone's finally out doing its scout, but I see that going. And 2 Zerglings going for a poke. That's a curious thing to see go by. Meanwhile, what have I got up here? Because my game went down so late, I decided to chrono out my Zealot, just to make sure that I had my gap closed. And then, oh yeah, I actually kind of panicked because I thought it was an early-ish spawning pool, so I threw down a forge just to try to cannon up my wall, because I'm usually worried about a bit of a baneling bust. There we are, the 26 supply cap. At least I'm getting out a unit. And, oh good, that came down mostly on time. Gonna get another one, because I always seem to end up really low on supply, which is not good. There. Defensive cannon. Why not? I believe he's on hold. Let's find out once the lag stops. Holy crap. I would say he's on hold because he didn't race after him. Not making another unit at the moment. That's a bit of a waste of time. Switch back and forth. His average is much higher. Mine's at 36 current, but the average over time is not quite the same. Is that Shift C or something? Hey, look, I was right. That's EPM. So EPM is your spam clicking, but APM is your useful actions per minute. So that's cool. Still staying ahead on harvesters. I wonder what the army... Yeah, alright. So it's a pretty basic opening, a little bit of bronziness going on there, where I'm forgetting to do certain things. I'm deciding not to make another one. So I took my probe in to do another scout since I wasn't quite ready apart from that. And here's where I notice, pool's done, alright, and Roach Warren is up. So there's no roaches around because none of them killed me, so he's still droning up in his expansion, but he has a Roach Warren ready. So that's when I decide to throw down my robotics facility before I do my expansion, because that way I can start getting out some immortals a little faster. Right? Right? This is me trying to show that I'm kind of clever every now and then. At this point, got enough units, so I start doing a pretty safe expand down here. There's a zealot, which I notice, just some sort of scouting thing, so it's probably there to make sure that I don't rush in. Am I working on... Yep, there we go. So we're working on Hallucinate as well. Hallucinate finished at 8:05. Start getting a little bit of army supply going there. Ahead. Oh man, yeah, he totally droned up. So his income totally dwarfs me. But... and his army supply dwarfs me. So, once again, he's doing better than me. So I decide to send out and have a look and see if he's expanded to anywhere silly. There's an Overlord. Not there. There's this creep spread, which is pretty sweet. I've been up against some really impressive dudes in bronze, because usually bronze is just a derp fest, but not these days. So that was all the roaches down there at the front. What is that going on down here? Ah, that's just an Evo chamber. So I saw an Evo chamber, I saw a small army at the front there. Keeping up on my army supply somewhat. Trying to, at least. There we go, there's an immortal. Try to get another one out. Get my expansion down. Keep it pretty low. I'm keeping it lower in the resources count than he is, but I'm also supply capped again at 66. Oh man, how many times do I need to get supply capped here? Huh? You do get 10. Oh, that's why that went down at the exact same time. No matter. How much are you? You take up 4. 4 supply for an immortal. So there's my army, which is vastly outnumbered. Finally made it to 2 bays. I noticed this on the mini-map. I'm actually having a peek at the mini-map. Oh! And my probe is dead. And he did see a bit of an army, which I believe take out this pylon. But I do see this, and I think what I decide to do, in sort of a long-term thing, is I throw down a pylon and then a cannon to take care of that scouting overlord. I probably should have been a little bit worried about Nidus at this point, but for some reason I just decided not to be. So there's another little scout that he sent in, probably just a scouting Zergling. They're kind of on par with army supply, mostly because this guy cannot spend his money fast enough. So he's bringing in a lot more than I am. But the problem is that he isn't doing anything about it. Yep, there's the pylon, which I plan to use. He's probably not getting all of his injects, because if he was getting all his injects, I would be so screwed. I would be totally overrun right now, which we don't want to see. He's probably starting to hit a bit more of it, but man, does he outdo me in the old income there. I mean, what are we talking about units-wise? This is roaches and lings. 65 zerglings. That's all I've got. So he scouts in. He sort of baits me a little bit. I try to keep sensible. I think at this point... No, that was me trying another quick little peek. to see if I saw anything. I don't think I did. Wonder what that was. I guess we'll find out. Still trying to throw down a few units. Sticking to the stalkers at this point. I don't know, zealots against roaches, or stick to a few immortals. Currently I've only got 2 immortals, which seems kind of like a small number. I am making another one. There's my +2. So they're going to have +2 weapons in just a moment. There they go. Now I got +2. And I should have... Wow. I have 2 observers in there. I decided to leave that one alone, apparently. So this is when I kept getting supply blocked, so I started just moving out and putting kind of pylons down. What I should be doing, chances are, is just sending out a probe, putting pylons down in the odd, just elusive base. Ah, here they come. Or here's a little bit of them. So they do make a bit of a charge. I do go in, and I take out about half their army, and then his other half, he runs out of it, because it's a bad engagement. Ah, Blink's done. Watch me not use Blink. So here he comes. So I throw down 1, 2 Guardian Shields, eventually get a couple of Force Fields to block off the roaches of all things, hoping that... That's a few mutes. Hoping that the Stalkers take care of the Mutalisks, which... Do they? Yeah, they kind of do. I'm not really reinforcing. I should... There, it's a bit late, but I should have been reinforcing a little bit faster there. Slightly large army, but it's not really that impressive, I don't think. Huh. No, it was just a friend coming online. Well, screw that. So I come up to his door. I don't really have too many things that can shoot into the air at this point. Oh, Moke Weaver, you're gonna find this really funny when you see this. Hang on. Okay, it's really close to the end of it, don't worry about it. I just find that funny. So I got all my guys down to the bottom of them. And still trying to bring some in. I managed to keep in my army here a probe. Oh, that was it. I had a probe in here as well, who was just attacking alongside with me. And I just managed to push with enough to take out his 1-0. I had some 2-1 going on at the moment, so I had upgraded shields. I just seemed to have enough, kept trying to reinforce. No, okay, that's his income right there. So I am now making more, so he must have run out. I did spot that he had a 3rd base down here. So what I managed to do is just sort of hurt the natural, and the natural seemed like the most logical step there, because usually by this point, yeah, it was a suspect that was what the case, and he wasn't quite ready to start mining down here, so he how many? I can't see any larvae, but 2 there. 2 there. I suspect he wasn't hitting many injects. No. So that was that. That was a game I won. There haven't been many since, but that was a game I won. So, if you like that, if you liked Oak Weaver seeing his name up in lights, leave me a comment, send me an email, ziggityzig@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Twitter @ZiggyStarcraft. More to come. Stay tuned.